Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, your excellencies, bastards, welcome. Aide, let's get it started. Welcome to the beautiful city of Veszprém and to this hopefully beautiful event. And before we start this really great festival, let's get you through some opening speeches, as you should. And yeah, let me invite on stage Friderika, who is representing our key partners in organizing this event, the Veszprém-Balaton 2023 European Capital of Culture this year. It's just where you are, in the center of the universe right now. So yeah, let's hear out about the city and the capital of culture.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the great introduction. I don't think I should say anything anymore. But, you know, a couple of weeks ago, at the beginning of August, we had some time off after a really busy 6 or 7 months of European Capital of Culture program, and I thought that maybe a European Capital of Culture year should last only 6 or 7 months, because what else could we bring or support or host what we didn't in the first month? But then I thought of this weekend of Balkan MOST, and I was glad that we are still going on. A couple of years ago, when Balázs and András and Hangvető's team approached us with the idea that what if this really extraordinary program, Balkan MOST, would bring its final event to Veszprém, that was the time approximately when we were really lucky to join the club of, or the UNESCO Music City Network. And then we instantly said yes, because what else could be the mission of a European Capital of Culture or UNESCO Music City than host or invite such programs to the city. And during this past year, or I could say past years, because we started actually implementing our program, or artistic program, already starting in 2020, of course concentrating on this year, the audience of Veszprém and the whole region could experience music from all over from Capo de Verde to Colombia, from Japan to Canada. But I think here in Hungary we all have a special corner in our heart when it comes to the music of the Balkan. So we are really glad that, beside all the big names who appear all over in Hungary during the year, arriving from different Balkan countries, now we can get a more comprehensive picture of the contemporary state, the contemporary self of this music scene. But of course I will not talk about your program, because you know it much more than I do. I would like to talk about our program a bit. We have 150 programs or projects, so I don't talk about all of them. But I would like to highlight why Veszprém wanted to become the music city, or why music is so important here. There was an old saying that when you come to Veszprém, you either feel or hear the wind blowing, or hear the bells ringing, or hear some voices from a choir singing. And this is an old saying, and the first two parts still fit to Veszprém. The third a bit faded with the time. But music has always been the most important element in the cultural life of the city. Not only the festivals, but also music education. And with our music strategy, we set the goal that by 2030, we want to be the city in Veszprém where the most people are actively involved in music. Not only as audience, but as musicians, let them be amateur or professional musicians, or people who are professionally involved in the music scene. That's why we started an educational program, starting with really early age groups up to reviving the choir traditions of Veszprém, reorganizing amateur bands. We opened up new rehearsal centers, and trying to give some not only financial support, but also some motivation for the music scene of Veszprém. But I also need to tell you that also you arrived in Veszprém, and European Capital of Culture title goes always to a city. We decided to go for it with the region. We work together in 160 municipalities. The smallest has approximately 45 inhabitants, so also small villages are proudly having this title, European Capital of Culture, this year. And these ambitions that we had regarding music or developing the music scene went out also for the region. We bonded with the small artistic communities of these small villages or small cultural hubs. For example, we're working together with a monastery in the Balkan hills, not far from Veszprém, who introduced the choir tradition from the Middle Ages into the small monastery, the small cultural hub of the Balkan. Or we work together with outdoor music venues, and we help to bring internationally known musicians to work with Hungarian musicians here, not only to play together, but to spend some time together and hopefully creating new friendships, new professional bonds, which will last even beyond 2023. But as I mentioned, we have 150 projects, so I know that you got also some booklets from our program, and you will get some insight what kind of programs we implement this year. And I hope that you will not only take nice memories about the concert and about meeting your friends and colleagues here, but also some nice memories from Veszprém. And I hope that we will see you here as a performer, as a musician, or we hope that some future cooperation or doors for future cooperation will be opened here during these 3 days. Well, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy. And we ordered really good weather for you. That was our part for the organization from our team. So have fun. Thank you very much.
Good job with the weather. Thank you. And now, Christine Semba from Piranha / WOMEX, our partners both in the MOST project and this event. Christine.
Hello, everybody. I cannot, now I can see. I think I will speak this way. So, good morning, everybody. I have here the serious duty to talk on behalf of the WOMEX team in Berlin. First of all, a big thanks to Veszprém-Balaton 2023, European Capital of Cultures, for hosting the MOST Balkan Showcase and Conference in cooperation with WOMEX. Our warmest thanks to Hangvető and to the MOST team for the trust and for initiating and managing the construction of this strong bridge, which is the MOST project. Starting a project of this scale when a pandemic is just spreading all over the planet is not the easiest task. And having to work twice harder when activities can finally happen again, while the other project partners, like us, are trying to master the post-COVID tsunami on their respective sides, this has been a mega challenge. You always have stayed cool, focused and supportive, making things happen behind the curtain. So absolutely respect. I know some of you are here, but really. Also a big thanks to all the MOST partners, such as diverse and complementary mix of organizations. It has been a great pleasure to get to you know better and work with you. A long road or bridge has been accomplished since 2016, where Hangvető first mentioned the idea of a Creative Europe project dedicated to the Balkan region. We were just ending a great WOMEX edition in Budapest and had developed solid trust, respect and friendship, best elements for happy collaborations. The focus on the Balkan region got our high interest. From our perspective, it was very interesting for many reasons. I see lots of familiar faces here. Oh, I mean, I've seen before being blended. And just a few words for those who might don't know WOMEX. WOMEX is a professional music meeting trying hard to cover and link as many regions of the world as possible. We have every year delegates from around 100 countries. So it was not a secret that the Balkan region is full of unique musical styles and creative artists. Before MOST, artists such as Piranha, Amira, MOST and Reunion, Johnny Iliev, Darko Rundek, Damir Imamovic, Esma, Kochani Orchestra, Balanescu Quartet, Fanfare Ciocalia, Bobani Marko Markovic, Svetlana Spajic, just to name a few. I'd enjoyed international exposure through WOMEX. Still, it was also obvious that Balkan music was underrepresented and deserved way more. This is something we can observe over the last decade or decades. Many European countries or regions have developed the structuration of their local music sector, created organizations such as music export offices, support capacity building, professionalization, production, promotion, and also internationalization. Such mechanisms are missing in most of the countries of the Balkan region, which is an obstacle for local music professionals to work on international level. MOST helps filling up this gap through its 4 strong pillars, recognizing the need of a rounded, developed for all creative and professional situations, and understanding the complexity of ecosystem or ecosystems. We are working in very complex fields and ambits. Balkan music export, the first pillar, supports artists to perform internationally, provides them with mentoring, enhance their visibility on international level. The second pillar, festival and club exchange, no life without live music. This pillar, besides of supporting artist mobility, facilitates knowledge transfer between promoters from the Balkan and promoters from the rest of Europe. Management training pillar. It is hard to have a dynamic music sector without professional development for manager. I'm lucky to be more involved in this pillar, building capacity of young managers, giving them opportunity to exchange within and outside the region, and support them on their next step professionally for long-lasting activities. The last pillar, urban project hub, difficult to be international without having strong local bases. This pillar supports initiatives with strong local impact, among others aiming to influence policies. And we all know here the importance of local cultural policies. These 4 complementary pillars have acted as a kind of regional export office where these do not exist. Thank MOST, WOMEX had the chance to host showcases, conferences, welcome new delegates, facilitate their access to international circuits, and make them become part of the global music community. Also, it made the Mexicans from all over the world more aware of the richness and dynamic of the Balkans. One other important MOST outcome is the construction of stereotypes, allowing Balkan music to be diverse, rooted, forward-looking, displaying the diversity and creativity of the region. Another beauty of MOST is that it is a multi-directional with variable length bridge. It might not sound very logical for construction engineers, but it makes perfectly sense to us. Indeed, this bridge connects within and outside the Balkan region, as we like to say at WOMEX, forward in all directions. From our experience also in working with and within different regions, we can attest how efficient programs of regional development can be to elevate the creative sector, but also to elevate the full region on diverse levels: social cohesion, integration, well-being, tourism, economics, among others. So this is our MOST. This project is now entering its final phase. It has built strong and long-lasting community which will continue to create magic. But we also are asking you, dear delegates, to help spread the music. These days give you a unique opportunity to make the most out of the MOST musical offer. We had to do this one. And we count on you to join the construction team of this beautiful bridge. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. And you've heard a lot about the MOST project, and you know a lot about the MOST project already. And well, basically, it's not projects, and it's not funding schemes, funding programs that make music. It's people who make music. And a lot of people have been involved in this project, and I think that's the most important thing about it. There is a huge alumni of MOST. Of course, MOST as a project is very important for us, the consortium partners, the organizers, but what really matters is the legacy that will remain after it. And I think that legacy is the people who have been involved and who have been connected through it. And as I look at you, despite the headlight, I see a lot of you who have been involved as artist or trainee or mentor or trainer or conference speaker. Simon, Ula, Mila, Araceli, Balkan, everybody had some role. And those of you who haven't been involved yet, now you are, because you're here. And we count on you in these coming days. We want to share with you what happened in the region and to these artists in the past 4 years already. And yes, we want you to book them. We want you to connect to them. We want you to give feedback to them, and we just want you to be involved, not just now, but also on the long term. There you see, I mean, a part of the people in this very, very small photo book who have been involved in this project. As I count, I think just from the region it was around 500 people who worked with us in some capacity as artists, but not just. I mean, Christine mentioned all the pillars and all kinds of activities that we have done. But let's keep in mind it's always about the people, and it's about these people, about you. We will have fantastic 3 days to spend together. You'll see almost all the artists who have been involved in the project, and we'll have a chance to meet a lot of people who are very knowledgeable about the region or music, or who you can give inspiration to and get inspiration in return. And well, that's why you're here. Thank you for coming. Welcome, and let's get it started with the first panel about the fake Balkan.